Dairy industry is really as abusive as an industry can get. The entire dairy industry is fundamentally based on exploiting sexual organs of female cows, and the second their babies or these cows themselves are not profitable,
What the hell is up, you guys? My name is Jamie Logan.
My name is Dr. Faraz Harsini.
And we're at Harvard University. And we are here to talk to some of the smarty pants about what they're eating and how their choices are affecting the planet, the animals, their own health.
I think, therefore I am vegan. So if you think, you would be vegan. It's the most rational and ethical choice one can make.
Get ready. Let's get into it. Sir, I need to have a baby in order to produce milk. Have a nice day. He's pissed for some reason. I don't know why. But he probably drinks breast milk from another mother. And what we're here to say is there's really no need to do that. I want you to hold this sign.
I need to have a baby. Need to have a baby.
Okay. What do you guys think about this sign? I need to have a baby to make milk. Wait, come on. I want to hear your thoughts. Okay, so what do you think about his sign? So Faraz is saying, I need to have a baby to make milk, and so do cows.
Do you think I could produce milk?
No, at all.
Why can't I?
I don't think you can either.
No. That's something natural for women, you know? I feel like the sign is, I don't know, like people are abusing of like animals, cows in this case. I don't know, like you just got me by surprise with the sign, so.
Yeah, so what we're trying to talk about is dairy cows. I was like embarrassingly old. I just thought cows just always produce milk until I realized that no, just female cows, they have to have a baby in order to produce milk. So my question for you is, what do you think happens to those babies when they are born? Male babies, right? They don't produce milk, right? You just told me I can't produce milk. So what do you think happens to male calves in dairy industry because they can't produce milk? Have you thought about it?
They are useless. They are like, I don't know, like sacrifice it. They just think about the mom, like the big cows, but maybe the industry just uses the calf for like something else or just simply like kill them. I don't know. It's probably my perception.
No, you're actually onto something here. How do you feel about that? Like, do you think that it's okay to just kill babies because they're not going to be able to one day produce milk?
I feel like the industry of food and products that we use every day, like a daily, sometimes they are just like showing you something in the like TV or like commercial or marketing, but we or people don't know or don't realize what is behind, you know, like what this type of animal just live every single day in those farms or like those jails. I don't know how to say that, like, you know, but you got the point.
You're absolutely right. I think it's all marketing. We don't need breast milk. It's just marketing that has convinced a lot of people. And most people don't even understand the cruelty behind dairy, right? So what do you think happens to these mother cows the second they're not producing milk anymore?
Like I said, like it's useless. This cow is not giving me more like milk or dairy things, you know? So it's like whatever. We have to just sacrifice the cow. So it's hard because I feel like many people, and I'm not the type of person who says like, oh, the cow is just gonna go and like cry alone, you know? But they feel like when they take the baby apart and they feel like they have the instinct to protect the little baby that they just gave birth, you know? So it's kind of, like you say, it's kind of cruelty.
So what we really want to talk about is that dairy industry is really as abusive as an industry can get. The entire dairy industry is fundamentally based on exploiting sexual organs of female cows, and the second their babies or these cows themselves are not profitable, right?
So how can then you, as somebody that cares about animals, somebody that can recognize their suffering, take action to not contribute to it, but also maybe to speak up about it? What's something that you could do every day to help the cows?
Well, I am no vegetarian.
Not yet.
Not yet. But probably I will think about it like in a couple years. But I'm not like dairy consumer, like products of like whole milk or like this cheese, like processed cheese. I just like use like oat milk or like supplements, like other alternatives. First of all, because I feel like the animals, we don't know everything about them, like in those factories, you know? And I feel like there is like a many options that people can use, but they are just afraid to try because the flavor or like they are just used to like to one product. So I feel like people have to get more education about the like this topic, not just like us be passive aggressive and say like okay, you have to eliminate like dairy things just because, but you can educate people like, okay, this is another option you can try, and the same marketing that they are doing for like a dairy things, you can do it for like another option.
That's great. What I would say also is that I think our knowledge and education is important. I dedicated my entire life to education. But I also think that education and knowledge alone is not enough to stop this violence. I really want to encourage you to think about the urgency of it. What would you do if somebody was taking away your baby? Would you like them to think about it in the next 2 or 3 years and whenever the condition, or would you want that to stop immediately?
That will be, of course, that will be devastated. You know, I will be just like freaking out.
Yeah.
And we live in a society like it's kind of hard to take a decision by your own because you feel like you can do something for like this problem, but if you are just alone or you feel like you're minor, you're not gonna get like a point. So that's why people don't act, because they feel like they have to be like in a bunch of people or like a massive group to be able to help.
You know, when it comes to change and when it comes to social change, it always starts with a small group of people. And if everybody said, I'm just one person, I can't do anything about it, then we would never see change. And when we look at the corporations that are producing dairy products, meat, egg products, they are producing it because people are buying it because they're making money. So we together, starting with you today, you could say, you know what? I am not going to fund this industry. And then you can also get out on the street and educate people about what's happening. And then slowly but surely we educate and then take action. So how do you think, like after today's conversation, how do you think this might impact your actions going forward?
Before this, I'm being like aware about like some certain products in the market, because not every farm or factory has the responsibility or like they carry about people. They just like feed those animals with antibiotics or like many hormones. I feel like I've been aware like about the things I buy in my grocery. I wish like people take the time to get this like knowledge or like think about it at least, you know, like to just don't be like different.
You sound like a very genuine and honest person, so I love that. And I encourage you to understand that, yes, sometimes taking the right thing means that you're going to be in minority, but you at least hold yourself accountable. And you're not alone. Like, I grew up eating meat, egg, dairy, and I changed, she changed, so we are now together. But what I want to say is that you mentioned that it's not fair what we do to cows, right? So ask yourself, do you want to be a part of a problem? Do you want to pay for this to continue, or do you want to become a solution? And I think together, if we understand that this is an urgency, we can do something about it. At the very least, we cannot pay for it to continue. Does it make sense?
Yes, of course, makes sense. It takes time, of course, but it will be like great to
Just remember what we talked about. We just talked about dairy. Dairy, meat, and egg, they're the part of the same thing. Dairy cows, the second are not profitable, they sell them for meat. So meat, egg, and dairy, just remember we just talked about dairy, but it's all the part of the same thing. So the word for it is veganism. Veganism just means that you won't pay for this. And I know that it sounds difficult, but the second you think about those animals, those mothers, you said it's unfair, right? You said as a mother, you would freak out. So think about all those freaked out mothers, and going vegan becomes the most logical, rational, and urgent decision you can make.
Thank you so much.
So lovely. Thank you so much.